Hi, good morning students. So let us continue our topic semiconductors. In the semiconductors we are at diode biasing. So now let us see what is meant by biasing. B-I-A-S-I-N-G, biasing. What is meant by biasing? So biasing means proper current connections should be given to the diode. That is called biasing. So biasing means here we have two types of biasings. Number one, first one is a forward bias. Second one is a reverse bias. Forward bias and reverse bias. What is a forward bias and what is a reverse bias? First let us see forward bias and reverse bias. Forward bias. And next one is a reverse bias. Reverse bias. What is a forward and what is a reverse bias? Let us take a diode which is a P-type and this is N-type as we know. And this is connected to the battery. The big line represents the positive terminal which is known as a high potential, and this smallest line represents negative terminal is called low potential. So the battery is connected like this by using a wire. This is a connecting wire. Battery B and this is a diode D. Now what is a reverse bias? Let it be a diode D, P-type and N-type, which is connected to the battery like this. Negative and positive. What is the difference? What is the difference between the forward bias and reverse bias? Let us see. In forward bias, diode P-type is connected to the positive terminal of a battery and N-type is connected to the negative terminal of a battery. Then the diode is said to be forward bias. Then the diode is said to be forward bias. In reverse bias, diode P-type is connected to the negative terminal of a battery and the diode N-type is connected to the positive terminal of a battery. That is the difference. Means here in forward bias, diode P-type is connected to the positive terminal of a battery and N-type is connected to the negative terminal of a battery. Here the diode P-type is connected to negative, N-type is connected to positive. That is in reverse. So forward bias, now let us see the definition for forward and reverse bias. Forward bias first. The diode P-type is connected to the positive terminal of a battery. Then the diode N-type is connected to the negative terminal of a battery. Then the diode is said to be forward bias. Next, the diode P-type is connected to the negative terminal of a battery and the diode N-type is connected to the positive terminal of a battery. This is the definitions for the forward and reverse bias. Now, in which bias condition we have to apply to the diode? In forward bias it works or reverse bias it works? First you should know. Let us check in which bias condition the diode works, in forward or reverse. Okay, what happens when it is connected in forward bias? Let us see. Let it be this is a diode. This is a P-type and this is N-type. P-type are having holes and N-type which are electrons. These are all electrons, totally blackened. So, and this is connected to the battery, positive and negative. This is the battery. This, what is this? What is this? This is a barrier potentials and this is a depletion layer. This is a D. D stands for depletion layer. For the bias work, for the diode working, the width of the depletion layer should be decreased. Why? Because the holes in the P region are migrate to P region by possible when the width of the depletion layer is decreased. are minimized. What happens in this forward bias? Holes are having positive charge and electrons having negative charge. We know that these holes are repelled by the positive terminal of a battery. These holes are repelled by the positive terminal of a battery and they move towards the junction. Here, electrons in the N side are also repelled by the negative terminal of a battery and they are also moved towards the junction. As a result, the width of the depletion layer decreases. Holes are moving towards the junction and electrons are moving towards the junction. What happens? The width of the depletion layer gradually decreases and becomes 0. So here the width of the depletion layer decreases. Width of depletion layer decreases. What happens when the width of the depletion layer decreases? Current passes through the diode. Current passes through the diode. Current passes through the diode. Let us see what happened in the forward bias. The holes in the P region are repelled by the positive terminal of a battery. So they move towards the junction. Here electrons in the N type also they move towards the junction. As a result, what happens? Electrons are moving towards the junction and holes are moving towards the junction. What happens? The width of the depletion layer decreases. As a result, the width of the depletion layer decreases. So, width of the depletion layer decreases, current flows easily. So, current passes to the diode in forward bias. What about in reverse bias? In reverse bias condition, the diode P type is connected to the, here it is. This is the depletion layer. This is a P type and N type. Here all are having holes. And here it is electrons. Electrons are completely black and bubbles. This is the width of the depletion layer. Now this is connected to the battery. Negative, positive. This is the battery P. This is battery P. Okay. What happens here? The holes in the P region are attracted by the negative terminal of a battery. So they move away from the junction. Holes are moving away from the junction. Here also, the electrons in the N region are also attracted by the positive terminal of a battery. So that they are also moving away from the junction. As a result, the width of the depletion layer increases. Here, the holes are moving away from the junction and the electrons are moving away from the junction. What happens here? The width of the depletion layer increases. So that what happens if the depletion layer increases? No current passes through it. It's like a gap, energy gap between the valence band and conduction band. There is no further flow of electrons is allowed when the width is increased. So in reverse bias condition, what happens? Width of the depletion layer increases. So no current passes through it. So which bias is preferable? Means in forward bias the diode works, in reverse bias it doesn't work. Got it? In forward bias it allows the current. In reverse bias it does not allow the current. So the general PN junction diode can be used in forward bias condition only. In reverse bias condition it doesn't work. Got it? It doesn't work. Ekkada work chain. So this is. So always this is about the biasing. Forward bias and reverse bias. Now what are the uses of this PN junction diode? Let us see. Uses of PN junction diode. Uses of PN junction diode. PN junction diode. They can be used in switches. They are used in switches. They are used in switches. First point, used in switches. Next one is used as rectifiers. Used as rectifiers. Used as rectifiers. What are the uses of PN junction diode? The junction diode commonly used as a switches, and here is they are used as a rectifiers. They are used as rectifiers. Now let us see what is a rectifier, how it rectifies. Now let us see. In IPE we have 4 marks question. What is a rectifier? Types of rectifier, working of rectifier, differences of rectifiers. This is the IPE which carries a 4 marks in our IPE different question. It's a question number 18. Now let us see what is a rectifier, rectification, all these things we will learn now. First, a rectification. What is a rectification? Very important topic. Students, listen carefully. A rectification. Rectification means the process of converting alternating current simply we can call it as AC, alternating current into direct current, call it as DC. Rectification means the process of converting alternating current into direct current. What is alternating current? How it is? The alternating current is like this. This is alternating current and this is direct current. This is called positive half cycle and this is a negative half cycle. This is positive half cycle, negative. But here in case of DC, all are positive half cycles. They are also called pulses. Positive pulse and negative pulse. Positive pulse and negative pulse. We can call it as positive, negative pulses or positive half cycles and negative half cycles, whatever it is. Okay. So rectification is the process of converting alternating current into direct current is called rectification. So here the alternating current is like this, alternating. Here the direct current is in a direct manner, all are having positive half cycles, but in the case of alternating currents is having positive and negative half cycles. Next, types of rectifiers. A rectifier. What is meant by rectifier? Rectifier means the device that converts alternating current into direct current. What is meant by rectifier? Rectifier means the device that converts alternating current into direct current. The process is a rectification and the device used for this purpose is called a rectifier. Got it? So next, types of rectifiers. Rectifiers are of 3 types mainly. Rectifiers are of 3 types. Types of rectifiers. Types of rectifiers. There are 3 types. First one is half wave rectifier, half wave rectifier. Second one is a full wave rectifier, and the last third one is a bridge rectifier, bridge rectifier. In this intermediate level, we learn only these two. In engineering, we can have these bridge rectifier. So totally the rectifiers are of two types in our IP level. So we can types of rectifiers, we are only having two, half wave and full wave rectifiers. The bridge rectifier is also there, but it is not in our syllabus. It is an engineering syllabus. So types of rectifiers, we have only two types. What are those? Half wave rectifier, and next one is full wave rectifier. Now let us see what is a half wave rectifier. What is its efficiency? Let us see. This is which carries a 4 marks in our IP examination, which is a very important question. Without this question, I never see the question paper. So first, the working of half wave rectifier. Working of half wave rectifier. Working of half wave rectifier, half wave rectifier, working of half wave rectifier. Students, listen carefully, it's a very important question and I'm sure question in our IP examination. What is a rectifier? Half wave rectifier, working of half wave rectifier. Let us see. Here, let us see. What is this? I am drawing here. I think you people think that these are two springs now. This is not a spring. These two are said to be primary and secondary coils of a transformer. This is the primary coil of a transformer and this is the secondary coil of a transformer. Got it? This is a primary coil and this is a secondary coil. In these two, between we draw two lines. This is a transformer primary coil and this is secondary coil. Let the AC input signal, this represents the AC. Here the AC, alternating current, AC input. We are inputting AC here. Here we are using a single diode. Let it be D. This is a P type and this is N type. Here this is called resistance. Here it is said to be RL. RL means load resistance. From these load resistance we can get DC output. DC output. Here we are giving AC as an input and here we are getting DC as an output. DC as an output. This diagram carries a 1 mark in our IP, very important. Let us see the diagram. This is a primary coil of a transformer and this is a secondary coil of a transformer. We are giving the AC input signal, here it is, to the primary coil. Now we are taking the output as a DC output from the load resistance. For that purpose we are using a diode D. How it rectifies? Now let us see. So here we can see the waveform, how it is. Waveform. Here this is input, we are giving this input, and what about the output? This is a AC input and this is a DC output. DC output. Positive half cycle, negative. Positive half cycle, negative. Positive half cycle, negative half cycle. Positive half cycle, negative half cycle. Okay, let us see what's going there here. How the diode rectifies the AC as a DC. Now let us see. We'll discuss about the construction. Here, the half wave rectifier is constructed with a single diode D. First point. Got it? Come on, Adam. What is the first point? the half wave rectifier is constructed with single diode D. Next, second point, the AC input signal, here it is. This signal, the AC input signal is given to the primary coil of a transformer, and it is induced to the secondary coil. What happens? The signal is inducing from primary to the secondary. Through the diode, the DC output can be taken across the load resistance. Got it? This is the second point. What is the second point? The AC input signal is given to the primary coil of a transformer and it is induced to the secondary coil. Through the diode, the DC output can be taken across the load resistance. Now let us see in which bias condition the diode works. In forward bias or reverse bias? Come on, tell me. In which bias condition the diode works? In forward bias condition, it allows the current. In reverse bias condition, it does not allow the current. You have to remember that point. Here, let us see. What happens? The first, here the positive half started here. From here it is induced to the secondary. Here awaiting, the signal is waiting there. It is a positive and this is a p-type. Positive p-type means the diode is in forward bias. It allows the current and we get the signal like this. Positive half cycle. It allows the current, then the signal is carried out here and this output can be taken across here. During negative half, here it is a negative half is there. During the negative half cycle, diode is in reverse bias. No current passes to the diode. Again, the positive half cycles, diode allows because during the positive half cycles, diode is in forward bias. During negative half cycles, it is in reverse bias, no current. Here we are getting nothing. But in the case of positive half cycles, we are getting negative half cycle, we won't get like this. So here only this is a DC. It is not a continuous, it is a discontinuous. Only half wave is rectified as a DC and hence it is called half wave rectifier. Why it is rectifies half waves? Why? Because during the positive half cycles, the diode D is in forward bias, it allows the current and we can get the signal. But during negative half cycles of AC, diode D is in reverse bias, it does not allow the current, we won't get any signal here. That's why we are having only half of the input AC wave as a DC and hence it is called half wave rectifier. Why? Because it rectifies only half of the input wave. Here we are getting the DC output as a discontinuous wave, not a continuous. Got it? Once again listen carefully. First, what is a rectification? Rectification means the process of converting alternating current into direct current is called rectification. Rectifier means the device that converts alternating current into direct current is called rectifier. The rectifiers are of two types. First one is half wave rectifier and next one is full wave rectifier. Now let us see working of half wave rectifier. Here already I draw the diagram. First point, in half wave rectifier is constructed with a single diode D. Half wave rectifier is constructed with a single diode D. Second point, the AC input signal is given to the primary coil and it is induced to the secondary coil. Through the diode, the DC output can be taken across the load resistance. DC output can be taken across the load resistance. Next, third point, during positive half cycles of AC, diode D is in forward bias. It allows the current and we can get the signal at the output as a DC output. And here we have all these DC outputs. During negative half cycles of AC, diode D is in reverse bias. For the positive half cycles, it is in forward bias. But for the negative half cycles, what happens here? These are all in reverse bias. So it won't allow the current. So we cannot get the signal. So it rectifies only half of the wave as a DC. Now let us discuss what is its efficiency. efficiency. The symbol is eta. Efficiency is equals to formula DC power output by AC power input. We can write it as PDC by PAC. PDC by PAC. And the formula is efficiency eta is equals to 0.406 into RL by RL plus RF. This is the expression for the efficiency of half wave rectifier. Eta is equals to 0.406 into RL by RL plus RF. RL plus RF, where RL is called load resistance. Load resistance. RL is called load resistance. RF is called forward resistance of diode. Forward resistance of diode. Forward resistance of diode. Maximum percentage of rectification is maximum percentage of rectification is 40.6%, only half. 40.6%. Maximum percentage of rectification is 40.6%. 40.6%. 40.6%. Got it? So, this is about the working of half wave rectifier. Right, thank you.